Welcome to a little tomfoolery, Rob Little and Tommy Ryman. A podcast filled with laughs and gaffs, guffaws and haws, and maybe a picture of a dog. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. Fools!
Good morning, good day, and good evening, and welcome to a little tomfoolery with your host, Rob Little. And as always, I think we lucked out again. I don't know how, which week is it, but we got Tommy Ryman back, my favorite co-host ever.
So excited to be back, Rob. Thanks for having me again. Can't believe it. And I'm so excited to be here on another episode of Little Tomfoolery with my favorite co-host, Rob Little.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So,
isn't it?
Boy, you and I have been busy. This has been a wild week for us, especially you. You got already injured today.
I did get hurt today.
And you've revealed the photos, but the doc is in. It is done.
Can I talk about it or no? Because I don't want to overdo it.
I want to lead into it, but I'm excited. I did not. You kind of been explaining it, over the podcast, and I was like, oh yeah. But then to see it, wow, that's amazing.
I just don't want it turning into a pergola thing. So I want to show. It is just in though, so I kind of feel like I gotta talk about it. Dude. When they were sending me pictures while I was on the road, and I was like, okay, cool, that looks cool. And then you see it in person, it is monstrous. Like when you look down the canal leading, you can see all the way to the lake, which is great. Because before it kind of, you couldn't see it all. Like there wasn't anything to look.
Yeah.
My dock is damn near almost straight across the canal. It's so big. And when you look at everybody around me, it's by far the biggest and will be the nicest once I get I got to do a couple things to it. But
and are your neighbors excited? Are they like, oh, we want to redo ours now? Because they're saw how cool yours is? Or are they like, we can't get our boat through now. You ruined the canal.
Well, I'm almost at the end. There's only a few more people after me, but you can still get by. A guy went by today as we were standing out there talking on it. But just it's like crazy high because he did it that way in case I wanted to get a pontoon with the canopy over it. And then you wouldn't have to put the canopy down. You could still raise the boat. And
oh, wow.
Oh my God, dude. There's still so much. Like it's built, right? But now we're talking about putting like decorative like rope through the pylons, to kind of make it look nautical.
Yeah.
It's either rope or cable. Cable's another big one that people do.
Oh, okay.
3 rows of cable going down it,
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
And then the electric, dude, I didn't know like if I needed a permit or not. I called the county today. Need a permit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Even though it was already pre-existing. That's why we thought I didn't need one.
Oh, but just to update I'm sure any electrical work.
Yep. And so, I talked to my neighbor that's an electrician and he does not have the time to do it. And so even if he did, I'd still need to get the permits and everything. So I called a couple different electricians, and then the dock people came over today and they gave me their buddies that are electricians. So I got like 3 meetings set up with different dock people or different electric people. And then I had a guy come out today and my neighbor goes, hey, it's probably going to be around $4,000 to get. I know it, right?
What?
I saw your face.
Yeah.
And then this guy came out and almost to the dot, he said the same thing. And it's because they got to put the motor on a separate power source and then all the lights and plugs on a different, in case, just so that the power isn't getting sucked in.
I like how I said, I know about dock electricity. You know me.
Well, the crazy thing was I was going to attempt to do it myself.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I've done enough in my house now, but I definitely
just to see your dead body floating right next to your brand new dock would be so sad. Just like, well, I mean, went out doing what he loved, I guess. Kind of.
Not really. Was he fishing for electricity? Because that's not what he loves. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to. I got a bunch of gigs coming up, so hopefully, I quit gambling and make some money.
Yeah. So now you have the dock, though. When do we get a boat for the dock? Are you gonna?
Well, you got to get power first. You got to get the power first because you can't even lift the boat up then.
Right. But how? So once that's all in, you're hoping in the fall to get the boat, or would you?
I really don't know, bro.
You're just gonna. I guess it doesn't matter.
How about we do this? Any listener want to buy Rob a boat?
I think you should do the trade up. Have you seen that? That's a trend. Like on TikTok and YouTube and stuff, where you start with something, you try to trade up to what you want. I think that would be a fun thing. Plus, you could get listeners here that might want to trade something to get. So you could start as little as. You could start with a Rob Little DVD, but that's kind of I think you should find.
Yeah, no, I've got things I could trade up for right now. I mean, like, I got bigger things I could trade up for. Tools.
What do you want to start? Tell me what you want to start trading up. You want to start with like a paperclip, or you want to go high? You want to start higher with the trade up? I think we should just start this now. Rob's going to trade up to a boat.
I will trade my table saw and my miter saw. I'll give both of those. Okay,
so we're trading a miter saw and a table saw, hopefully for something in the Florida area. But
yes,
depending on
I like this idea.
You're gonna get a boat. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but
well, I mean, it'll take just as long if I was saving up the money. So let's do this trade up thing.
Yes, miter saw. Okay,
yeah. How do we find people to trade up? We got to look online, like trade up sites or something.
No, I mean you could put it and just post that you're trading, do it on your social media. I'm trying to trade up for a boat if you want any. And so right now, so you just want to try to get something a little more valuable than the miter saw or what you think you can exchange up. So
there was a show on the Discovery Channel where a guy did this.
Yeah, it's easy. Everyone's doing it. People are getting houses now. It's I don't even know why we have money anymore. We're just trading again.
He did it in a half hour. So, I mean, he went from nothing to like a super sized, like an old classic car is what he got. And whatever. He had like a goal every show.
Yeah.
No, I remember that.
I think this is going to be great.
All right. Trade up. Trade up. That reminds me of Killer Bee's bit. Save up. I don't know if you know him at all.
Oh, yeah. Love him.
Southern comic. Yeah. Anyways. So, yeah, the doc, I got. Everything's in, man. I the only thing I don't have up are my big lures. I got to start decorating.
That's going to be the finishing touch. Once you get electrical in, then you can, and the rope in or cable, whichever you decide. It's going to look so good. All your stuff looks so good. I'm very jealous. Speaking of,
go ahead.
Sorry,
my neighbors are like, you don't do anything half-assed, do you? And I was like, God, no. Do it right. Do it right.
Speaking of like neighbors and neighborhood and dock stuff, we went to a neighborhood block party yesterday. So we met all of our neighbors, and everybody is so awesome. It's so fun.
Did you meet a lot of new people?
Yeah, because we had met our neighbors on both sides, and then but this time we met people down the street, and it was just so cool. There's a couple that had a little boxer, a puppy, so that was awesome, and so. Yeah, it just makes me happy about where we ended up. So all of our neighbors are really cool. One of them works with the wife of one of my agents. So that was crazy. I was like, that's small world. That's crazy.
That is.
Yeah. So and then some of them know I do stand up. So they're like, no, we want to go to shows.
Yeah, right.
And my other neighbor, Chris, she was like, oh, I was going to go to this one, but then something came up and then I want to do this one. And I go, you don't have to, don't say you're going to come. You don't have to go. Like, it's fine. So,
right.
And then I go, you're also my neighbor. I could probably get you in. You don't need to get a discount. So,
well, it depends on how cool of a neighbor they are.
Sometimes the price goes up.
They're going to have to trade up to get tickets.
Exactly. What do you got? You got a table saw? Can you wallpaper this room for me?
So I actually posed that to my neighborhood. I goes, we should do a block party. And they all said we used to, until the jerk down at the end of the road.
No,
And
man.
And by the way, that jerk, speaking of the jerk, the person that basically screwed me about my pergola and all that stuff, they literally called my dock company and demanded that they show them the permit for the dock.
What is this person is just mean.
It's got nothing to do with them.
It was a little funny though, because you're like, yeah, man, they used to do block parties until, and I thought you're gonna be like the pandemic, right? And you're like, no, this is Florida. It was the mean guy.
Yeah,
we've been out and about all the time.
It's the wife and the son. I don't even think the husband really gives a crap. He shows up for stuff, but he doesn't do any of the calling. It's the son and the wife. The wife is the worst. She drives by my house at like turtleneck speed, like 4 times a day, looking out back to see if we're doing stuff.
What are they getting out of it? I don't understand it.
They're just being jerks.
That's so weird. What a unhappy person.
I think it's because they feel like the neighborhood turned against them, but they're doing illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Like, let us use the boat ramp and we will leave you the hell alone. We don't care about your stuff. Yeah. They could have ended up keeping a lot of the stuff that they lost in the court battle. But if they would have just not been jerks about the boat ramp that is deeded to every single person in this area. So stupid. Anyways, all right, enough about them jerks. But
speaking of court stuff, remember last time I was going to go to court for my speeding ticket?
Did you go?
Oh, it wasn't court. It was a meeting with a hearing officer or something. And it was over Zoom. She had a very nice living room. But what they tell you is, because I was ready, I was going to be like, okay, I'm ready, Your Honor or whatever. And she goes, well, you got 3 options with me. She's like, I can either reduce your rate right away for the ticket. She says she could have dropped it from $138 to $98. Or she goes, or you can pay it and you plead guilty, but then we put you on parole or not probation. And so as long as I don't get any other traffic violation within a year, then it doesn't go on my record. But if I got another one, then they both go on my record. But you don't get the discounted rate. You got to pay. She was like, that,
the $138.
Yeah. And then the other one where she was like, you can go to court, or the next thing would be to meet with the prosecutors. And then they would decide if you're going to see a judge or if they can ask for some other kind of deal. So I was like, prosecutor. I was I want to. Yeah, I was like, I'll do the next
all the way.
Yeah. So, and then she was giving all these dates, and I was like, oh, I can't do that. And then I was like, well, I was like, my schedule's weird because they're only on Fridays, but it's over Zoom. So I could have done. After realizing, I was like, oh, I could have done any of them. But I was like, oh, I'm in California then, and this, and I was like, I do comedy. And she's like, woo, like, so. But she goes, she's like, I can't do anything to help you, but it's crazy. Like, so now I'm gonna go to the next step, but that's not till December 10th is my next meeting, and that's not even court. That's to meet with a person before I could go to court, and then you're in front of a judge, and then supposedly even the police officer would come if it went to that, because then he's got to be like, yeah, I have my gun, and I'll be like, you don't even remember this was years ago. So
yeah, by the time this ends up coming to court,
isn't it nuts though, how long the process goes? And
I am shocked that you didn't take pay the fine and then it not go on your record if you don't get anything.
Well, even if I do, I think I still have that option later, because in Minnesota, it's not, I know it's like your insurance record. It's not like points where you can lose your license. And I don't think I've had an actual speeding ticket for
ever
since like high school or college. But I guess even if I did it, it's only on your record for 5 years or so, so this would go off in a year. And if you actually did get the ticket or whatever, so I don't do the probation thing. Like if I go all the way and they're like, no, you're guilty. And then I think I have to pay the full amount. I think it's on my record for 5 years. And then if I don't get anything for 5 years, then it goes away. It's not going to, but it's just interesting to see the system. Plus I'm probably costing them more than $138 with all the hearing officer, the judge, like the whoever.
It's kind of funny how she just didn't go, oh, you didn't go for that? All right, let's just take it off.
Yeah. Well, she was very clear. Like, I can't do anything about the guilt. She goes, I'm just this. I go, okay. But I was like, there's a lot of steps to just get to the person that can drop. But it was weird that her job was like, well, I can do this. I was like, you can still give deals, but it was only to a certain point. I was like, how do you get your job? Yeah, because I did meet with somebody once like that when I got a fix-it ticket for a headlight out, but then I just showed them, oh, I got it fixed. And they go, okay. And then they hit a button and then I wasn't fined anymore. So it's interesting. I like the system. Maybe I'll get that job. I want her job because she was just in her living room and then just gets to tell people cool options.
Yeah. She's like the choose your own adventure.
Yeah. But I kept calling her Your Honor. And I was like, Your Honor.
You did?
And no.
But that'd been awesome.
So
wow.
That was exciting. So that's my next step with the Tommy's Running with the Law.
Wow.
Ongoing series.
You're like the Billy the Kid, Tommy the Kid.
Basically. I got
such a rebel.
It's going so fast.
I had a phenomenal week in Reno.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I got to see all my relatives. I got to see a bunch of friends. I went out on Lake Tahoe.
Wow. Nice.
I almost tried, what is it called? Wave surfing?
Oh yeah, you were gonna, last time we talked, you were like, I might go wave surfing.
Okay, so they were gonna make me do it, but once I saw them doing it, it really doesn't look that hard. But all I pictured was me getting hurt and then I couldn't work. And I'm like, I need to work. Yeah. So I can't be getting hurt. So I videotaped my friends and I told them I'd make like a cool like video of them with music and stuff. So
yeah, the comedian sick pay is not really good. Our benefits. No, when I look into like extended disability or anything, I can't find it in the paperwork from the comedy president.
Did you get, speaking of comedy pay, did you end up getting like a refund on your taxes for your like unemployment? They had to your tax guy would have to redo it. Like I got another $500.
I don't know. I had overpaid last year for what I pay in because I wasn't sure what, and I made substantially less than I normally do. So we got a refund, but I didn't know about any new thing happening like now or something.
Something that they weren't, I feel like it's like they weren't supposed to charge you tax on if you like collected unemployment in 20.
Oh yeah, that my accountant there, I only collected a certain amount of unemployment and it was not enough to be taxable. Oh, because it was like up to $10,000 and I didn't make that much.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Moot point.
Cool.
So we were out on the lake all day. I didn't get sunburned. I'm very proud of that. And
you wear sunscreen?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That day I was smart and did that. I will get to this weekend too, but yeah, it's crazy, dude. So yeah, what was there anything? There was something else you said you were going to talk about.
Oh, I've just been watching a TV show, but I think I've told you about it before. Have you watched the show Alone? These people just go out in the woods. I feel like I've talked about like Survivor and stuff, but I love these type of shows. Right,
because you wanted us to do one of these.
Yeah, but this one they just are by themselves and they're in the woods as long as they can. So they send 10 people out and they're just like, just survive. So they have camera gear, they have to build their shelter, they have to find their food. I think they can bring like an axe and they have certain tools. Some of them like certainly because they have like a fire starter. Some of them do. Some have to do the sticks. And I can't remember what the record is. I should have looked it up on the earlier seasons. But some people have lasted, close to 90 days. I don't know if people have gone over 100 days, but they may. But it's nuts. Some of them get taken out because they don't gain enough weight.
Right.
And then this one, they're in like grizzly bear country. And so my neighbors who I talked to yesterday, they were like, we've been watching Alone. I was like, oh, that's great. And their daughter Piper had been watching it and they went camping this last weekend and they were afraid of like the bear because they'd been watching that. Right. She was like, just assumed everything was a bear. So
right.
I was like, oh, I know how they are. But it's funny because when you want to leave the show, you tap out, you call.
Do they know other satellite where everybody else is?
Nope. They have no idea if anybody's tapped out. They don't know if they're the last person or two, there's one person left. They have no idea.
Or different areas.
Same area, but miles and miles apart from each other. Okay. So they would never run into each other, I don't think, because of how people. It would be funny to run to somebody's campsite, but but
and then they got the axe and they start murdering.
Yep, they're like, well, down to me. But
I could just see me with the axe just like playing and throwing it against trees and trying to make it stick all day.
You just make games all day, like, Rob, you got to catch fish. Like, no, I made this up and I built all this stuff. Like, but you need to find food. No, but I got electrical coming and you have like the best shelter.
I think you go overboard. I got like Pyrex in there and stuff. Like, where did you find I made it. I just made it.
Well, they're allowed to use things that come up on shore. So people have made boats out of like things, plastic that comes up or stuff. It's really cool.
Oh, so they're by like water too.
Channel. Yeah. They're usually a body of water. So they try, and then people will have fishing poles, or they'll try to do like fishing traps they build. I think you would love it because it's kind of an interesting.
What's it on?
History Channel.
Oh,
the
okay.
History Channel. But
okay.
But the main thing is they can. So if they want to tap out, they get like a big satellite phone. They're like, I don't want to leave. You know, if some of them leave because they just get lonely. Some of them like leave because they've got medical stuff. But I thought I'd be. I just pictured myself like on the boat. They drop me off, and I'm just like, all right, ready to go. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to go anymore.
I don't think we would have a problem with the lonely part because we're that's our life on the road. You know, we're always alone.
It's the least fun part of the road.
Yeah,
and then we are surrounded by people. But I feel like we could do shows for bears and deer and stuff. I feel like we would find an audience.
Yeah,
and, it'd be fun.
Yeah, I like that. You think we'd still be trying to do stand up out there?
No, I would. I mean, to keep myself busy. Like I would do little shows for the rabbits and stuff. Like, I saw Gary the bear the other day. That he needs to get a job. If you know what I'm saying. Those farts. What?
I would go blue. I'd try to fit in with the bear, so I'd just wear just my T-shirt around. So I just Winnie the Pooh it.
That's adorable. Oh, should I mention we have our new Patreon?
Yes.
So one of your fans that saw you in Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Where were you? Chattanooga.
We
have a Patreon, a fool, joining the Fool Nation, as I call it.
Yeah.
And I think he's a fine fool.
I think he's something else because he's higher up than that, I think.
Yeah, but I'm going to mail him out his poster, this fine poster that's behind me there. Boom. He's going to get assigned one of those.
I know. I wrote him and said, hey, you're new.
And his is Michael Gray is his name.
Yeah.
So he is really cool. And a benefit of being the Patreon, or it just not even, I mean, it's a benefit, but it's just fun to be in the group. And then, but he also gets to, I'm going to do Dog of the Week.
Yeah, let's do it.
He sent in
Dog of the Week.
Boom, boom, boom. And it is Michael's dog. This dog's name is Hershey. Let me get this ready here. And Hershey is a Shih Tzu. And boy, get ready for these photos because we got 4 of them here.
Awesome.
I want to do the orders of which I like. So here's just the welcome to. There he is.
I love it. I didn't see that one. That's so cute.
He's got the bow tie on, Hershey. And they named him Hershey because he used to be he's kind of a light haired, but he used to be a darker brown Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
I've seen some dark brown Shih Tzus.
He came out a brown Shih Tzu.
Yeah.
And the older he gets, he's
getting
definitely
lighter.
Petrified.
But he's very, very cute.
Super cute.
So I'm going to put these on Instagram, and then you can also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see this right now. I'm going to stop sharing and show you the next photo. You ready?
These kind of dogs. Yeah, of course. These kind of dogs.
Here we go.
So much like Ewoks.
This is him on the way to a job interview.
He's got the tie.
And now he's got a regular tie. He's wearing a bow tie in the last one. This is a long tie. Looks like he's going to some kind of job interview. It's got snowmen.
He's a Serta salesman. He's on a Serta couch.
Oh, he is. Yeah. That's a nice little dog bed. But he's in front of the fireplace. He looks very dignified, Hershey. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the third photo, which might be the same as the second one. I can't. Oh no, he's Nope, that is. Okay, so this is the final one.
Okay.
I think I might be missing one of the photos. This is my favorite.
Oh my God.
But he's just standing by the doing a little
He's
puzzle
making
or something.
a puzzle.
Yeah, he's like,
This picture's
faces.
This picture we could edit in so many ways, make it look like he's pushing all in, like he's playing poker.
Playing poker for sure.
Dog's playing poker.
You could very much Photoshop Hershey doing some cool stuff.
Those are amazing. We will post them. We should post them on a Little Time Foolery Facebook, and we should also start posting them on our website, like Dog of the Weeks.
Yeah.
Make a new link.
I have a folder now with all the Dog of the Weeks.
Okay.
So I can just forward you that. But this is Hershey, the Dog of the Week. Good job. Thank you, Michael, for sending those. That is an awesome dog. You're a lucky man. Thank you for becoming a Patreon. Wow.
His mother lives in the Villages by me. So
cool.
And I'm performing there coming up, and he's flying down, and he's gonna take his mom to my show. He said,
"Oh, that's awesome! That's so cool."
Yeah.
The Villages. You've been there before, right? This is the Return to the Villages.
Return to it's the sequel. This is crazy though, because they sell it out like instantly. And so
I want to do the Villages.
It's kind of like a dinner and a show, and it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So
weird.
I mean, you're off those nights usually anyway. So
that's awesome.
So, and by the way, I contacted my buddies that are in a rock band to come up with little jingles for Dog of the Week, Stump Rob, and History. Look,
nice. That's awesome.
He got a little confused at first because I told him, I goes, it's kind of like it's Wayne's World, kind of like Get Crazy like that. And he goes, so you want like it's Rob's World, it's comedy time, excellent. And I goes, no, not the same.
Rob's World.
I'm just giving you an example.
All right. Well, if they can't do it, I did just pick up a harmonica, Ryman. Ryman Auditorium official harmonica. So.
Can you play?
No, but I got. I mean, I can do it. But Megan does. She doesn't want me playing harmonica all day at the house.
I actually bought one because it's one of my most favorite instruments, and I thought it'd be a good one to bring on the road and learn. And I love blues harmonic.
Yeah, Blues Traveler.
Oh my God, I have a buddy at home who's phenomenal at it, and I could watch him play all day, but it's way harder than it looks.
Yeah, well, you're like sucking in and out, and there's different there's so much you can do with it. It's really technical.
Different octaves.
The old mouth organ, as they call it, right?
Mouth harp.
Mouth harp. Sorry, yeah.
The old mouth harp organ, something else.
More organs in my mouth. All right.
I'm leaving. I'm not editing that out, Tommy.
Well, that's what I was talking about. This is the organ I put in my mouth. And then Megan's like, get that out of your mouth. I'm like, I'll put any organs I want in this mouth.
Oh my God, Tommy, you're killing me right now.
Sorry.
We are.
I've been inside a lot today.
I can't wait to use that in so many different clips. I think it's time for Stump Rob.
I think it is.
I'm excited.
Hope you like this one. I was kind of going to childhood stuff that made me think of how I'm going to stump you today. So these, Rob, are classic riddles. Do you like riddles?
No. Well, I love riddles, but I feel like this is the week I'm going to lose.
Oh, really? Because these are riddles for kids. So I hope you can get at least a couple right.
I still might struggle. You know what? Like I heard a new one the other day. Have you ever heard that one about ride the cock horse down to the market? And have you ever heard that? And there'll be a fine lady waiting.
No. What? So I don't.
I posted a picture about it because we were at an antique place the other day, and there was a blanket that had that sewn on it. And I goes, what is that? And everybody started singing it. It was like an old nursery rhyme.
Huh.
I've never heard it. So I looked it up on YouTube, and I was like, you could have told me that. I mean, I seriously never heard that, even the real original version.
Right.
So do you know what a cock horse is?
No, I didn't. I mean, Is it an organ or no? It's different. It's not the same. Or what is a horse?
Do I act like you now? Oh, Tommy. God, what?
Well, I'm not getting this. I'm just confused.
Swear jar, Tommy. No,
We
you
already
do
said
that to
Shih
me
Tzu.
every time. A cock horse is that horse head on a stick that little kids would ride.
Oh, no way. That's what those are
Yes.
called?
I didn't know that either.
Weird. But my tenant in my other house, he has two of those in his room.
Really?
Because they send us photos of like, here's how the house is looking. And I was like, there's two cock horses. Now that I know, because I was like, there's little horsey heads. That is a weird name for those. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know where they get that from, but maybe that should. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Stump
Rob. Let's focus here. I'm going to give you 5. And if you're having fun, I got extras.
Whoa, all right.
But here's the first riddle. Is David's parents have 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and what's the name of the third? And what's the name of the third son?
Well, say the beginning again for me.
Okay, David's parents have 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and what's the name of the third son?
David.
Oh, you got it. Good work.
I had to hear the wording of the beginning. That's why.
Yeah.
You wanted me to say pop.
I know. That's what. So. Okay.
Hey, 1 for 1.
Now this is kind of a fun one.
Okay.
But yeah, 1 for 1. Good job, Rob. What has many keys but can't open a single lock?
Piano.
Man, you're crushing these kids. I thought you wouldn't get that one.
Crushing these kids. 2 dose for dose, baby.
Okay, here's the one. This is a fun one.
Okay.
I follow you all the time and copy your every move, but you can't touch me or catch me. What am I?
Shadow.
Yeah. Okay. These are too easy. I shouldn't have done the kid
I'm
ones
just
for
really
you.
smart. At a 3rd grade level. 3 for 3, baby.
Okay, here we go. Where does today come before yesterday?
Today come before yesterday. I want to say tomorrow. Is that wrong?
That is not correct. Is that your final answer? Come before yesterday.
Where does today come before yesterday? So it'd be today comes before yesterday. So it'd be the day before. I know I'm overthinking this one.
Yeah, it's
Sunday.
simple. Is that your final answer?
Yeah,
Sunday.
I don't know. I don't know this one.
It is the dictionary.
Oh, Jesus.
No, the dictionary.
Yes. Hey, Zeus. Where does today come before yesterday? So
the dictionary. All right. So what are you at?
3 for 4.
Okay. Well, you've already beat the main, whatever.
Okay.
The majority. Let's see if I can stump you again. Stumped Rob once. Okay, here's these are labeled funny riddles, but this one's not that funny.
Well, then don't do it.
Well, maybe you'll think it's funny.
You're like, I'm already committed.
Sure. All right. What has lots of eyes but can't see?
Potato.
Yes. Nice. The way you said it. Potato. Have you heard that one before? How'd you know?
It was just too simple to me, I think.
Oh, really? You're smart. I would have been like naming animals like spider. I don't know. Blind spider. What?
I feel like riddles, they always are just like, it was always like a fun game growing up with riddles because they try to get you to look this way, but it's like magic. Look over here, but right here's the answer,
Right. You want to do a couple more? You having fun?
We're doing good on time, so go ahead.
Okay. What building has the most stories?
Library.
Man. I would have accepted bookstore and yeah.
Books a million. 5 for 6, baby.
Oh, wow, he's unstoppable.
Unless it's a dictionary.
All right, which is heavier, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers?
Oh, this one, I've heard this a million times too. They're the same because they're both a ton.
Boom, boom, bing, bing. Nice.
Good. Okay.
This guy's brilliant. You can't stump Rob, people. I mean, you could try, but I've been trying for years. Can't do it.
Well, it's also kid level. I wonder how many other people are getting these, you know?
Yeah, probably all of them. Except
Probably
me.
everybody.
They're like, Tommy is a boy.
Were any of those like tricky to you if you didn't see it?
Yeah, like the eye one. I didn't know potato. Didn't think potato.
That's where I grew up in country. We grew potatoes with eyes. Mr. Potato Head has eyes.
These are a little tricky. It says, what word is pronounced the same if you take away 4 of its 5 letters?
Pronounced the same.
Yep.
4 of its 5 letters. I don't know. That one's.
Yeah, that's tough. It's spelling, and you give up?
Yeah.
Q.
4 of its 5 letters.
So basically, you spell Q like
yeah, like you're in the line.
So you would take all 4 of the 5 letters and left Q. It would still be pronounced Q.
Yeah, stupid.
That one's tricky, and it's like which 4 though? It doesn't tell you. Because if you take the Q away, then it's like
right.
All right, this is called really hard riddles. So I think these are about organs. No, wait, just kidding. Sorry, edit that out. Oh, that was funny. God, funny. This is the last one I'll do. Okay, what is so fragile that saying its name breaks it?
Something I know this one. Saying its name. That's the trick right there. Breaks it. It's so fragile. It's probably fragile. Is that it?
No.
Okay. Is it saying its name breaks it? You break like it's something that comes apart is what the answer is. So
kind of.
Separate?
You're on the right track, but the word is silence.
Oh yeah, you break silence. Duh.
Yeah.
I knew that
Say
one.
silence, you broke the silence.
Yeah.
But I'd say we did not stump
That was
Rob today. I think you did a great job. Those are riddles for 4 to 8-year-olds. So that was really good.
Is that what it was?
No, I don't know. It just said kid riddles was a bunch. There's
like
all different kinds though.
I would like to see a 4 to an 8-year-old try that with me.
Yeah. But I found all these it's 101 riddles on parade.com. So if you're looking for something to do, you can go through all those riddles yourself. So
I like that you are coming at me each week with different ways of stumping.
Yeah, I think it's more fun to find.
Yeah.
Because I did the quotes. Yeah. Pretty soon I'll just be outside your house, like dig some holes. It'll be an obstacle course. Like stump Rob. Like, what? You ruined my dock. Like, I gotta stump you. You need to do the electrical.
That's how they used to give presidential speeches, from a stump house speech.
Oh yeah, the stump speech.
Yep.
Very cool.
I think it's time, Tommy. It's time.
Your segment.
A little history with Rob. This week was a lot of fun things. I really pared it down, but I wanted to keep a few because I like you guessing.
Okay, excellent. So, I'm excited.
This week in 1981, a new network was created.
Ooh, I think I know what it is.
What is it?
Okay, it's between 2. It's either MTV or Nickelodeon.
And what's your answer?
I'm going with MTV.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, then now the real question. What was the first video ever played?
Wasn't like an REM video?
Oh, Tommy.
No? Oh no. Was it a like 80s rock band? Right? Okay.
It's a one-hit wonder, but it's a one hit that like
give me hints though. So it's an 80s band though, but is it like hair metal? Like
nope, it's very poppy. Very pop.
Oh, Madonna? Is it a Madonna song?
Nobody famous. It's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, one hit wonder.
Yeah. But the song, like, it kind of makes fun of videos. Or it kind of makes fun of I'm trying to give you a hint. It
Not
makes
the
fun
video
of
on the radio,
radio
like
stars.
radio on the that song.
Yes,
No,
yes.
is it that one? What is
Yes.
that? Who sings that though? Radio on the. I know who it.
You're so close.
But what is it? I know.
It's Video Killed the Radio Star.
Video. Got it.
By the Buggles.
The Buggles. I never would have got that, but
I knew the song, but I did not know the name of the band. So I definitely would have lost that too.
Did you watch MTV as a kid?
I did. Yes, but I didn't have it. My best friend did. So he had one of those satellites that were like ones that you'd see like they were orbiting the earth or something. Nice. It was gigantic in his backyard and he got it. And so I would go over to his house and watch videos. But my video show was called Friday Night Videos.
Okay.
And if you didn't have cable, you'd have to wait till Friday nights and stay up past Johnny Carson and they'd play videos.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was because that was the time when they were mostly just play music videos. Because when I started watching MTV in the 90s, then they started doing
that's all they played was music videos.
Yeah, because it was music television. But it turned into like Singled Out, and Road Rules was on, which is funny because Road Rules, Tom Segura's wife was on Road Rules. Christina
she was?
Przitsky? I always say it wrong.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I guess she was on an early season of.
Oh, that's awesome. I totally didn't know that.
Yeah. But that's cool. Awesome. 1981. I got it right.
Yeah, buddy. You got the network right, but not the song. So 50-50.
Do better. Yeah.
So this one I kept because right now we are celebrating the Olympics and we have won countless golds this year. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. But we usually crush it. But we're
not the leader of golds. Sorry.
We aren't?
No, not right.
Who's leading?
I think it was China and then Japan. I think we're third for golds or overall medals.
They're the ones hosting it too, aren't they?
Japan is hosting it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so usually the country that hosts is usually the leader. I think. Well, this year, in 1936, the Olympics were held by Germany, and they were called the Hitler's Games.
No.
Yes. He called them the Hitler's Games. And
that's terrifying.
What cracked me up was at the beginning of the ceremonies, they released a bunch of pigeons and then a loud cannon fire, and the pigeons crapped all over the spectators because it scared them so bad. That's what you get, Hitler, you jerk.
Yeah. Wow. That's funny. That would be. Oh, man, if YouTube existed back then, that would be a sweet, sweet video.
And why pigeons? Why not do like doves?
Yeah, at first you were like doves. I was like, oh, that's so dead. And then you were like pigeons. Like, oh, he must have meant doves. But it's just big, dirty pigeons that poop when they hear loud noises. Yep, that sounds about like Hitler's Olympics would be.
I think they didn't do doves because they were like, oh, when they cry. So.
Prince reference. Ding, ding, ding. Good job, Rob.
Thanks, buddy. All right. Then this one, you and I were talking about this in one episode, and I thought I had no idea. But this week in 1907, the first Air Force was established. And if you can think back, this was 1907. Planes had literally just been invented not that long ago. But do you know what their first mode of transportation was?
In the Air Force?
Yeah.
Hang glider?
A blimp.
Oh, nice.
They called it a dirigible.
All right.
I looked it up, and it's basically a blimp with structure.
Huh.
And then in the year later, they got their first airplane.
Cool.
Or 2 years later, actually. Yeah. So.
Man, those dogfights must have been exciting.
Right?
Blimp versus blimp.
They just kind of bump into each other.
Yeah. It's another draw.
Bumper blimps.
Get your knives out.
This one I'm keeping because I feel like we both might have stories about this place. This week in 1961, the very first Six Flags opens.
Oh, nice.
Do you know where?
Middle of America.
It's still nope, but it's still open because I've seen it several times.
Oh, California?
Arlington, Texas.
Oh, interesting.
In 1961, though, like that's like the free love and coming off of one of the world wars and all that. That's just a weird time.
That was the first
open.
amusement park, though, or
first Six Flags.
Got it.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, because we had like, I wonder what in Valley Fair. That's Minnesota. We don't. I've never been to a Six Flags, to be honest. So
really?
No, I bet we had Valley Fair in Minnesota, which was, I mean, the same thing, amusement park.
Yeah. We don't have a Six Flags in Michigan either. We'd have to go to Ohio to Cedar Point.
I thought that closed down.
Oh, God. Maybe recently, but not while I was growing up. That was like
Wasn't there some documentary about a really dangerous amusement water park called Cedar Point? Was that not it?
I don't think that's it.
Oh, okay.
They do have a water park, but it's far from dangerous.
Oh, okay. There was a whole documentary on this. I'm gonna look it up here.
Okay. Well, we could always add it later, but instead of making our listeners wait while you search.
Well, I tap stuff. Action Park was what it's called. So not in New Jersey.
Not even close to Cedar Point.
They called it Class Action Park.
Oh,
sorry.
A lot of lawsuits.
But that's cool. So Six Flags, 1961, first one.
Yep, in Texas.
And
it's still there too. It's used to be right next to a comedy club, but the comedy club closed. But anyways, so the next one I found pretty interesting. Do you know the first year that they started the census, the U.S. Census, where they used to keep track of how many people lived in the United States?
It was 1812.
1790. Not far off. You really weren't that far off, 20 years. Do you know the very first census, how many people were in the United States?
Oh boy. 1790.
Columbus was 14.
What's the population now? 300 million?
333 million now. Thank you for asking, because I looked it up.
Excellent. So back then, I would say there was 24 million people.
Wow, you really thought there was a lot. There was 3.9 million, so almost 4 million people, which is equivalent to what lives in Oklahoma today.
Wow. Yeah, because the population of Los Angeles or Minneapolis is about 3 million. Or Minnesota.
The whole state of Minnesota is 5 million.
Okay.
I looked that up. I looked both of our states up.
Wow.
You are the 22nd state for population at 5 million, and I'm in Florida. I'm the third state with 21 million, almost 22.
So 1790, 3.9 million. That's nuts.
What I thought was kind of crazy, because I looked up a state that is equivalent to today, and it's Oklahoma. But if you think of back then, it was a lot of Indians, and what Oklahoma is now is where all the Indians live, which is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's like
but also, were they counting all the people? Like, was it just like white straight men, or like white landowning men?
Everybody in the household.
That's how that started. Okay, got it.
Like, if you've done your ancestry.com, if you do that, you'll see these. They got the census like scanned in, and you will see your ancestors where they even wrote their names, and there'll be like, usually the families were pretty big, and then there would be like one name, and you're like, what's that? And it'd be like their house servant or something like that.
Oh, gotcha. Huh.
Yeah, especially back that far, But so what do you think is the most populated state, and what do you think is the least populated state?
Most populated is either California or New York, right?
I'm asking you.
California.
California is that.
Yeah.
Second is Texas. What is the least populated?
Rhode Island.
That's my guess too, but it was Wyoming.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wyoming only has 581,000 people, and California has 39.6 million.
That's crazy. That's so wild.
I know this
They're
one.
all my fans. It's so crazy. They're 39.
Could be all the kids I left behind when I left. Yeah. Organs. Okay. I like, see, these were, I knew these would generate some stuff because I was like, oh, this would be fun to talk about. This next one I brought up because I had no idea. Like, John F. Kennedy could have been one of our greatest presidents ever, and he was so beloved and everything. But did you know he was in the Navy and he actually got rammed by a Japanese destroyer while he was in a PT boat, and it cut his boat in half? He rescued some of his crew members, and they came to a deserted island, and there was no food or anything on that island. So he swam to another island, found a bunch of coconuts and everything, moved everybody over to that island, and they like ended up getting rescued.
This is a Gilligan episode. I think you're thinking. I don't think you're thinking of the former president of the. That's crazy. So he did all that. Wow,
all of that, man. And yeah, I just was like, he was a lieutenant, and then when he went his inauguration, he had his leader there too for it. That basically he rescued during it.
That was, I mean, even like if you go back not too long, George Bush's dad, he was in, I think, Vietnam and was shot down. Like, it's kind of crazy that, I mean, the military, like some of the presidents that have what they've like did, because I think his other co-pilot died actually.
And they rarely, and maybe they did talk about it when they were running, but I don't really remember that. The only guy I ever remember them bragging about his service was John McCain, and he was caught.
Yeah, prisoner of war.
So why are you bragging where these other guys were like?
Well, he wasn't bragging. I don't think he would.
I know, but
talked about it.
They talked about it a lot more than like Kennedy rescuing everybody with coconuts on different islands.
Yeah. Exactly. He brought so many coconuts. It was incredible.
Well, he was on the Harvard swim team before he went in, and so he was a great swimmer, and he used a life jacket to like tow one of the wounded to shore.
Wow,
you know?
That's cool. He would have done good on Alone.
I got exactly what I was thinking.
to tie it back. The President Edition. All the current living presidents, they have that. It's a Trump, Jimmy Carter, Obama. Like, oh boy, it's gonna be a weird television.
Okay, I got 3 more, and we can either blow past them or I think they're interesting. To me, they're interesting. Like this one. Did you know the penny was debuted in 1909 with President Abraham Lincoln's? He's the first coin to be depicted with an actual person on it.
Oh wow!
By the U.S. coins. Mm-hmm. And people loved it. Like, they went crazy for it, that they went so crazy they were paying 25 cents just to get one.
When pennies first came out?
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
Right.
Then, right?
But they had 2 gripes about the penny. One of them, the guy who designed it, had his initials on the back of it, and people were like, that's BS, take that off. And they did. They removed it the following year, but then the penny was also too thick to go into vending machines. And they wanted them to change that, and the government said, no, change the vending machines.
Wow.
So,
way to go, government.
Right? So the guy that designed the penny, get off of there, Vic. His name's Victor, but it's like, get off, Vic. Oh, too thick? No. We're going to definitely, you guys got to change millions of vending machines. So dumb.
The best part is now if you try to put a penny in a vending machine, they'll be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like quarters, nickels, and dimes.
It would just spit it right out. It wouldn't even look at it.
Now it takes credit cards too, which is crazy.
Now, I brought this up on another cast, but I can't remember if I said how long they were in this. This week in 1944 was the last entry of Anne Frank's diary before they were caught a couple days later. Do you know how, like we always hear, oh, they're up in the attic, oh, then they get caught, you know? Do you know how long they were up in the attic?
Years, right?
Yeah. They say it by days, but I mean, I could figure out the years real quick.
I feel like you did mention that because I can't remember what you said, but I don't know how many days, but 900, was it 3 years?
You're really close. It was like just over 2 years.
Wow.
756 days.
That's incredible. Oof.
I mean, up in an attic, like how are they getting food? They had to be like sneaking off, but that is insane. You can't, like during the war too, World War II, you'd think their house would have got blown up or anything at that time, but they ended up getting caught and only one of them survived, and Anne wasn't the one. Her dad survived at the Holocaust.
Very sad.
Yeah, but that's crazy. I couldn't believe, like, I can't imagine doing that alone thing for 90 days, let alone being up in an attic with your family for a little over 2 years.
Yeah, and you trying to keep Rob quiet. I don't know.
Oh,
I feel like you would be burping and
I'd be like, what? We should just give up. No, Rob, they're gonna send you away to a camp. I like camp.
Like, you don't get this. No, Rob. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. And here's another date one that I want to see if you can guess.
Okay.
So this is me being dumb, but I'm sure I bet a lot of people thought this. When they signed the Declaration of Independence, I assumed they all signed it that day.
Yeah, they're all in the room together.
Okay.
They got in line. Everybody signed it. The one guy signed real big.
Yeah.
Like yearbooks.
Yeah. With his organ pen. But anyways, that is not, so they started signing it August 2nd, 1776. Thomas McKeon is the last signer. And do you know when it has blew my mind.
I got this. 1983. It's like 100 years.
Overshot a little bit. It was actually 5 years later, 1781.
What? That's great. That doesn't even, that's like, I did not know that. That's weird.
He must have been on the road doing gigs or something.
He just didn't want to sign it. They're like, you gotta sign. He's like, I'll get to it. I haven't been to Philadelphia yet. That's weird.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many signed right away and then how many.
That'd be interesting. That's what you were going to ask.
That's okay. No, it doesn't matter. It's edit that out.
Okay. No, it's true. I agree with you. I thought it was all one day and it's like, okay, let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
Hancock would have been nice. You'd left some room.
Well, he didn't know. He's like, nobody signed this. Was there 4 of us? I don't know how many this.
All right. And for birthdays this week, Dom DeLuise.
All right.
Victoria Jackson from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, cool.
I added this one. He's not necessarily a comedian, but he is a funny dude. Kevin Smith.
I love Kevin Smith. Happy birthday, Kevin. Awesome.
Richard Belzer. A lot of people don't know he was a comedian before Law and Order, but he was. And then our I think we're both buddies with him. Rory Scovel is.
Oh, Rory! Happy birthday, Rory!
Yep.
Awesome.
So that is this week with a little history with your host Rob Little.
Wow, that was great. That was
There's
good.
Fun ones, right? I knew some of them was like kind of like but
that was good.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, history's fun, Rob. That's what we're
the whole episode was fun, man.
Yeah, Little Town Foolery is the best podcast there is in town. Everybody should be telling their friends about this.
They should, and we need to start promoting more.
I thought you wanted us to keep it a secret.
No secret. We need to let everybody start knowing. Okay. So what do you got coming up this week, Thomas?
Coming up this week, I'm going to go to Vegas this weekend. I'm going to watch my friend tape his Amazon special or night at Amazon After Dark. And on Sunday, I'm going to go see my buddy Josh Sneed at Brad Garrett's club at the MGM.
I just saw he posted about that. Yeah.
So, and then I'll be performing in Plymouth, Minnesota, August 13th at the Plymouth Playhouse with a bunch of other people. Tickets are on sale. They're going fast. And then I have a big announcement. This is a ways off, but I'm headlining Acme Comedy the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be recording a new album, most likely.
Yay!
So more details on that at a later time.
I got tons of crap coming up. I just booked a cruise the whole month of October.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I had to move a couple dates, but this week I am doing a private gig in Oklahoma City and then going from there to Texas doing a private gig. So
Ooh.
a couple.
I do have a private this Friday. I didn't know we could advertise our privates.
Well, I mean, Tommy's very blue this episode.
I didn't mean to. I stumbled into that one.
He's adorably blue this week. It's not a dark blue, it's more of a little sky blue, but it's there. Yeah, I didn't, well, it's like not these ones I couldn't invite people to, so it's like that's kind of why I said privates. Right. But next week I'm doing a brand new they call it land cruising, and it's a new resort in Cancun that they're turning into. They're trying to do this new thing where they make it like you're cruising, but you stay on land. And so
like an all-inclusive?
An all-inclusive with a cruise director, basically.
Oh, so there'll be more activities probably than if you're just at a hotel. Very cool.
And they're bringing a lot of entertainment in, so comedians and such. So
that's awesome.
That's in Cancun, and then I go to Myrtle Beach. So we got a bunch. I mean,
yeah. Which cruise are you on in October? Norwegian?
Norwegian out of New York City. It's the Norwegian Breakaway.
Wow, that goes to like. No, that doesn't go to England. There is one that goes from New York to across the country, but
I'm doing like 4 different cruises. It's 4 cruises back to back, so it's like probably down to the Bahamas and back.
Nice.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we got a new Patreon. We had fun with Stump Rob and fun history and great dog of the week.
No, this was one of our best. These podcasts are getting better and better. So I want to thank our listeners that are listening. And again, to our newest Patreon member, Michael Gray, thank you for becoming a fool. And we would appreciate it if anybody would, I don't want to push it too much, but I would love to, if you join our Patreon, because it helps us out a lot. And we got some great things for you and prizes and stuff.
Push it, Tommy, push it.
Push it. Come on.
Good.
But, and then I'll be giving out, these are my new shows. I got my new cards here. They're this, and then boom, also the back. So that's hopefully we'll get some more.
What's on the front? Is that digital download?
No, that's just my name and then a picture of my album, so they know to join my Pandora or whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yes, but I'm gonna close this out. This has been another episode of Little Town Foolery. Has come to an end, but we do just want to thank you for listening to wherever you're listening. We're on everywhere now: Pandora, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. You can hear us. You can watch it on YouTube if you want to see our faces and all my amazing reactions. And please, if you would join the Patreon, you can join as little as $1. You can go all the way up to $50. Who knows what'll happen when you get that $50? But that would help us a lot. And you're all wonderful. And that's going to do it. I'm Tommy Ryman. This has been a Little Town Foolery with your other co-host is Rob Little. That's gonna.
Did you have to look up my name?
No, I was just looking. I was building up. And
okay.
So, all right. The wonderful co-host Rob Little. I'm Tommy Ryman. This has been a Little Town Foolery. Bye, fools.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. I'm gonna play a little harmonica. Play us out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Was that good?
That was phenomenal. Bye, fools.
Bye.